So let's dive into the avalanche management, because that is fascinating to me. And of course, this podcast is about risk. And I know it's been a problem in recent winters in Colorado, and they happen, and avalanche accidents can happen in the backcountry, not inside necessarily the places where, ski patrollers are managing like Aspen. But how does this work? I mean, you'd go on a patrol. I mean, if I'm skiing and I hear an avalanche bomb going off, what exactly is going on? Can you take us to a ridge and after a big snowstorm and you guys are out patrolling, it might be cold, might be windy. How are you actually managing the avalanches or managing the snowpack?
I could take you through like a normal avalanche morning. So we get up there early and
yeah, perfect.
We get up there early, we're all together, and we usually have a brief debriefing about where we're all going to go, what trails we're going to cover, and the trails that might be risky for starting avalanches. And our job is essentially to set off avalanches before the public might get caught in them. So we are essentially putting our bodies in there to make the avalanches go off, or at least like it's either us or maybe an explosive charge that we'll toss in there that will hopefully set off an avalanche before we do, and make it safe so that avalanches don't go off on our public. So we got up there early. We get debriefed about where we want to go. We grab our gear, which essentially we have an avalanche backpack. It's an airbag pack. Have you guys heard of these before? They they have a big pillow that they're just a backpack. They're a backpack that you wear on your back. It looks like a normal pack, but it has a pillow inside of it that if you pull a trigger, it will inflate really fast, like in a matter of seconds, and become a really firm pillow that kind of goes up behind your head. It's fairly large. And the purpose of that is to keep you, if you were to get caught in an avalanche, is to keep you to the top of the avalanche and visible. It's usually the airbag itself is, or the pillow is bright red or orange. So if you get caught in an avalanche, your partner can see where you are as you're traveling down, and hopefully you're floating on top of the avalanche itself. Scary situation. Hopefully you never have to use it, but it's there for you if you need it. We also travel with beacons, which is just also called transceivers. You have them on your person, and they're emitting a frequency that can be found with another beacon. So you and your partner will go out. You always have a partner. We're groups of two, but you will go out with a partner, and if you happen to get caught, they will try to see where you were last seen, and then they can locate your exact position using a beacon above the snow, and then start shoveling you out. So we travel with airbag pack, a beacon, a shovel, and then a probe, which is if we're really deep and you want to find the person, you actually stick this probe, which is just a pole. It's about a 2-meter pole that you stick into the snow and try to find where that person might be, which actually is my least favorite part. I don't want to be poked. But we travel with those too. So you have all of that.
But it's good to be found.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, better to be found. I don't mind the poking then. But I'm like, if you can see where I am and just start shoveling.
Yeah.
So we have that. We have our backpack. We have our beacon, shovel, probe. We go out the door. You get to the top of, generally, depending on how much snow it is, it's a little bit of a slog to get to where you're going, because the snow can be really heavy and deep. And to get to your location, you may have to break trail for a while. So you get to the top of where you're going, and while you're there, you can kind of see off of road cuts and banks whether there's avalanche activity, like natural avalanche activity, going off these small little terrain features. They'll let off little avalanches, and you're like, oh, it might be kind of tender out there. You get to the top of the trail that you're going to control, and initially you make an initial cut across the top of the trail, and your skis may have enough power to actually create an avalanche and like make the run go below you. If it doesn't, a lot of times we'll have explosives, and so we will toss an explosive into normal trigger points, and a trigger point is generally a convexity of the slope, or like a rock pile or something where the snowpack is a little bit more thin, and it might actually initiate a crack within the snowpack and have it propagate and create an avalanche.